si las casualidades existen, aquí hay una doble casualidad y ahorita entenderán por qué. El nombre de su padre era Shankar y de su hijo también. Ricardo está afiliado a la Organización Mundial Anticorrupción en los Negocios basada en Washington. Ricardo tiene un MBA con una concentración en finanzas por la Universidad de NYU. Tiene una larga trayectoria en el sector financiero y de transporte, así como de logística y emprendimiento de negocios. Actualmente es presidente de Logistics Dadu, la cual se encarga de proporcionar servicios financieros a empresas de logística. Por favor, démosle un aplauso a Ricardo.
Una disculpa, desafortunadamente hice mi discurso en inglés y me sale mejor, pero entiendo que aquí puede haber gente que no se va a perder de gran cosa, eso seguro. Por supuesto que encantado de platicar después. Estoy muy honrado de estar aquí con ustedes esta mañana en el lanzamiento del World Forum for Ethics in Business México, y los felicito a todos por ser la organización de voluntariado más grande. Me imagino que ustedes todos son parte de ese voluntariado y de veras es un muy bonito grupo que estaba comentando con los demás ponentes, y me siento mal de que no los conocía antes. Bueno, this presentation is based on
Esta presentación está basada.
¿Podemos terminar los párrafos, por favor? Por favor, sí, tan amable. I'd like to thank and give credit to Alexandra Wage, Chandrani Chattopadhyay, Trace International, Rand Corporation, and former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, because I have taken some quotes from some of the work they have done and incorporated it into my presentation.
Me gustaría dar agradecimiento a, no recuerdo todos los nombres, una lista de personas, y porque tengo cuotas que ellos mismos han dicho en mi presentación.
Discussion of ethics is increasingly seen not only as important, but also critical to a company's success. Ethical behavior and corporate social responsibility can bring significant benefits to a business. For example, can I continue? What do you suggest? Yes? Yes? Okay, thank you very much. No translation. I really appreciate it. Well, brings benefits to a business. For example, attract loyal customers to the firm's products, boosting sales and profits. Make employees want to stay with the business, reduce labor turnover, and therefore increase productivity. Attract qualified employees wanting to work for the business. Certainly I would like to work for a prestigious firm and not for an unethical firm, obviously. And attract the best talent as well. Financially, you attract the best investors and keep the company's share price high. Therefore, a stellar reputation is rewarding as well. For example, Mr. Warren Buffett. Unethical behaviors or a lack of corporate social responsibility by comparison damages a firm's reputation, and it is less appealing to the stakeholders. Profits fall as a result. You've all read about this company called OHL in the press. Business ethics are rules of business conduct and also relates to the behavior of the owner, president, CEO, and managers. An ethically responsible company is one which has developed a culture of caring for people and for the environment, a culture which flows downward from its leadership. Ethics and profits go together in the long term. Ethics is good. Unethical behavior is bad. This has been written universally and has been embraced by all major world religions. I'm not a purist, and I'm not going to lecture you, my dear friends, on why people act unethically. But I tend to believe it is natural in those places and organizations that have unmet basic social needs, principally resulting from weak governance. With responsible leadership, you usually get good execution, while egoistical leadership, you get bad results. The cost of corruption, unavoidably associated with unethical business dealings, goes further than a bribe, which can win a contract. It makes the world less predictable, less safe, and less fair. Let's take a look at this slide. Por favor, ¿podrían poner el primer slide? Gracias. In Latin America, there's only 3 countries in the last 2 years that poverty grew. One of them was Mexico, probably the richest country in Latin America. El siguiente slide, por favor. We went from 50-some% to 53% in poverty. Of the whole population, we're talking about 60 million. Countries such as most other countries, the whole region actually reduced in poverty with less access to resources. The point is, with less economic growth in Latin America, there was less poverty. And in Mexico, which had higher economic growth, there was more poverty. That translates into stress, frustration, incumplimiento. According to Trace International, the agency that I am affiliated with, companies in Mexico have expressed concern over high levels of corruption in various sectors of the economy to win or to keep contracts, requests for donations or extortion. However, Mexico has a zero-tolerance anti-corruption law, much resembling that which was passed in the UK in 2010. Mexico's anti-corruption law is far more wide-reaching than the US Foreign Anti-Corruption Act. However, there is generally a lack of enforcement. Mexico's reforms, for example, in the energy sector, present a game-changing outlook for the energy sector. If companies proactively address their anti-bribery risk, it is likely that entry to the Mexican market could represent a tremendous business opportunity. Companies should build their compliance programs based on analyzing their risks to the industry and implement reporting controls and escalate compliance, red flags, and concerns. However, concepts like corporate social responsibility and sustainable business, ya podemos quitar los slides, por favor. Concepts like corporate social responsibility and sustainable business are not borrowed from developed societies. They are not borrowed from developed societies. For example, India has very rich ethical traditions. Social ethics, in India, ethics has a divine origin. Social ethics has a root in a sense of duty towards others. Individual ethics has its roots in inculcating owner virtue. And while the natural inclination of man goes in favor of his own egoistic interest, and therefore it is the concern of ethics to instruct him to feel, think, and do for others also. It is the purity or improbity of motive which decides whether an action is right or wrong. The Bhagavad Gita prescribes certain duties which were common to all, which can be related to corporate ethics. For instance, forgiveness, self-control, non-stealing, steadiness, wisdom, and learning. According to the Vedas, The Dharma is the root of good conduct and ethical behavior. One should not perform an action condemned by society. Indian belief of reincarnation, continuity of life even after death, immortality of soul, and karmavad lead to the part of virtues and noble acts. According to Buddhist philosophy, the founder of a corporation is responsible not only for the consequences he intended or unintended to flow from the activities of his organization, but also from later consequences. Indian culture, which embraces many philosophical viewpoints, like Vedas, Gita, Buddhism, Jainism, as a collection of human values, many of which assume special significance for corporate activities, such as corporate governance, productivity, enhancement, and corporate social responsibility.